In this video, I'll show you how to create a WooCommerce pop-up cart and checkout in just a few simple steps. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Okay, so here we are in our demo store, and currently I'm going to go ahead and purchase this product. So let's add it to cart. So straight away we can see our pop-up cart here. And I've also added a thoughtful upsell. So this particular upsell will only trigger when a customer purchases a product from our samples category. Okay, so they're purchasing a sample bottle of this perfume and we're upselling them on the full amount. Okay, so that's why it's a thoughtful upsell. And if they want, they can go ahead and choose their size and then go ahead and upgrade and save 10% off the original price. Okay, so we can add this to our basket. Okay, so now we can actually proceed to the checkout. Okay, so currently when I click checkout, it will take us to our custom checkout page. In the future, we'll also add the option so you can check out directly from this particular pop-up. Okay, so if we go ahead and hit checkout. Okay, so here you can see our custom checkout, and we can rearrange the fields, add custom fields and so much more. We can also enable Google Street Address, so it totally speeds up the checkout process. Okay, so if you want to create a similar setup on your WooCommerce store, the first step is to head over to allinonecheckout.com. Go ahead and download the all-in-one checkout plugin by WooSuite. I'll leave the link in the description below, and with that said, let's head over to our dashboard. Assuming you've downloaded the all-in-one checkout plugin, the next step is just to go ahead and upload that plugin. So we'll go plugin, add new, go ahead and upload and install the plugin. Once you've done so, you'll see this WooSuite menu here. Navigate to activate, enter in your license key, then it will automatically redirect you to this add-on section. From here, we can scroll down and we can just make sure we enable the all-in-one checkout plugin, the free and the pro version. Okay, so with that being said, let's head over to all-in-one checkout and let's go ahead and create our pop-up cart. Okay, so to create our pop-up cart, we'll just click on this mini cart option here, and then here we can decide where we want to display our floating cart icon. So we can show it to the bottom left or the bottom right. Okay, so currently I've got mine set to the bottom left. Okay, we can enable order bumps. So if you want to add additional upsells within the site cart area, you want to enable this option here. We can also enable our coupon field or just leave it disabled. It's totally up to you. We can determine where we want to show our upsell offer or cross-sell offer. Okay, currently we can set it at the top or at the bottom. Currently I've got it set at the bottom, which makes sense for this particular use case. Here we can give it a title. So before they see the upsell, we can add a heading before that upsell is displayed. Okay, so here I've just said recommended. We can say something like you may also like, or similar items, for example. Okay, so it's totally up to you. Discounted price. So let's say, for example, if we've got an item for $100 and we're giving a 10% discount. So here, if you enable this option, it will allow customers to be able to get that upsell offer with the discounted price. If you unselect this option, then it will just show the recommended product without the discount. Okay, and the reason for that is, let's say for example, we're displaying the upsell on the site cart and also on the checkout page. So we might want to show it at full price within the site cart. Okay, so if the customer likes the product, then they'll go ahead and just add it to cart because maybe it's a no-brainer offer. Okay, and let's say they decided they didn't want to go for that offer. So on the checkout page, you can show the same upsell for the second time, but this time with the discount. Okay, so that's why you might want to enable or disable this option. Okay, and then finally, you want to enable this option here to allow customers to be able to add that particular upsell directly from the site cart. Okay, and if you offer free shipping on your store, then you might want to enable this option here. Okay, and then here you can just set the free shipping threshold. Okay, and then you can customize the message that customer sees. If you leave it blank, then it will show the default message generated by the system. Okay, and then finally we've got the option to automatically open the mini cart whenever a customer adds a new item to their basket. So you can enable or disable this. So then we've got the option to override the default mini cart icon on the particular theme you're using. So if you enable this option, all you'll have to do is enter in the class or ID name here. So I've got another video showing you exactly how to do this. So I'll link it in the description below and on screen as well. Okay, so I'm just going to disable this option for now. And we can also disable the quantity picker on the site cart. Okay, so before we save changes, when we navigate to this design tab, we can choose the floating cart icon. Okay, so we've got these three options here, and then we can customize the floating cart color. We can customize the pop-up when it opens, the color, the text, and so on. Okay, so you can fully customize the experience. for your customers. So we can just hit save changes. Okay, and then whenever now a customer adds an item to cart, we should be able to see our cart pop up. Okay, so let's navigate over to our site here. Okay, so let's add this product to our basket. Okay, as you can see, automatically opens, and we can disable this behavior as well if you wanted. So whilst we're here, so whenever a customer clicks on this here, it will automatically take them to this cart page, but we can override this function by just right clicking. Let's click inspect. Okay, and then essentially all we want to do is get the class name or the class ID. Okay, so for example here we can see the ID is site-header-cart. That's an ID for this area here. So let's use this and let's head back over to our dashboard. Let's open our mini cart settings and let's enable this option where we say override the default cart icon. Okay, so currently I was using a class name. We can use the ID. If we're going to use the ID, we need to use the hash sign. Okay, and then we'll just put the ID name here. Okay, so let's hit save. Okay, and now when we go ahead, okay, so instead of taking customers over to the cart page, now we'll open the mini cart. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, so I'll give you a quick overview of the upsell functionality, and I'll link to a more in-depth video showing you how to actually create this upsell or a similar upsell. So let's head back over to our dashboard. We'll click on order bump. Okay, and we can create numerous order bump. I'm going to go ahead and edit this one, and I'll just walk you through how I've went about creating this. Okay, so we can add various different products which we want to add to our upsell or cross-sell promotion. Okay, so just click add product, search for the product, and you can add it here. Okay, so then we can give a discount. Okay, we can choose whether we want to give a percentage discount or a fixed discount, and whether it's based on a sale price or regular price. We can also choose the quantity. Okay, and then we can choose the behavior. So we can add the order bump to cart, or we can replace the order bump with the cart item. Okay, for the display position, so this is based on the checkout page. So we can show it above the order summary, below the order summary, below the payment gateway, above as well, and above the checkout form. Okay, and then we've got our raw priority here. So let's say a customer matches two different upsell offers, then the offer with the highest priority will trigger for that particular user. So when we navigate over to this design section here we can actually customize the offer. Okay, so we can display the product name for the title. Okay, so we just add this short code here. We can add our offer description, our call to action, and we can decide whether we want to show the product image or not. And then for the order bump style, we've got two different options currently. So we've got the default one, and we've got this notification style. Okay, and then when we go to conditional rules, here we can decide when we want this particular rule to run. Okay, for this particular example, I'll set this to run whenever a customer adds a product from our samples category. Okay, then we'll show that upsell. Okay, so if they're purchasing a sample product, then we want to show them an upsell of the full product. Okay, and that's just a quick overview of how we'd actually add our order bump setting. Okay, and then finally, to customize our checkout, we just want to go ahead and click create new checkout here. Okay, since I've already created one, I'm going to go ahead and edit this one here. Okay, so just a quick overview. We've got our default billing fields, shipping fields, order summary, shipping methods, payments. And if we click this settings icon here, so we can add new fields to our checkout page. For example, we can add this URL field. We can drag and drop and rearrange the different fields. If we click on the settings icon on a particular field, we'll have several different options here. Okay, and based on the field type, the options that you see will be different. Okay, so when we go appearance, we can customize the width. Okay, can add a custom class name placeholder, and so much more. Okay, but just to quickly activate this option, we'll just go design, choose our design. So we can use our theme default design. You can choose one from one of our pre-made designs. Then we'll navigate to settings. We just want to make sure we enable this checkout form, and then we can enable this option to set it as our default global checkout form. Okay, so we can give this a name. It's just for internal purposes. We can ignore the slug. It will be automatically generated. We get to choose who we want it to apply to. So we can set it to apply to everyone, a particular user role, user group, and so much more. Okay, so we can customize the place order button. Okay, and then finally here we've got the option to automatically close the checkout whenever a certain criteria is met. Okay, so let's say we can close it after X amount of orders or after a specific date. Okay, and then finally here we've got the option to enable our Google address autocomplete. I'll leave a link on screen to the video showing you how to create a Google autocomplete address. Okay, so with that being said, we can go ahead and save changes and review our custom checkout. Okay, so when we view checkout, okay, here we can see our custom checkout. We've got this recapture field as well. Okay, here's our upsell option. And that's a quick overview of how you create a pop-up cart and checkout in WooCommerce in just a few simple steps. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more videos like this. And if you've got any questions, leave it in the comment box below or reach out to support and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.